Just to be sure, there's a spoiler. The Young Sheldon spinoff must get this twist right to maintain its compelling narrative. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 picks up at a dramatic time for the titular pair. The young couple both went through a lot in Season 1's finale. Mandy is back to working in television, but she is also struggling with working alongside an ex of hers. Meanwhile, Georgie now co-owns Jim's tire store along with his colleague Ruben and his mother, Mary, who put her house up as collateral to help him buy the place. However, the pressure of ensuring the business succeeds will likely be immense. Although Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's breakout star, Connor, was largely unaffected by these dramatic events, it is hard to imagine that Georgie and Mandy's change in circumstances won't have big knock-on effects on the McAllister family soon. The couple wanted to move out as soon as possible, and their daughter CeeCee is only getting bigger. Welcome to Movie Spy. Why Georgie and Mandy are poised to move out in First Marriage Season 2. The couple's new jobs make living with the McAllisters harder. Now that both Georgie and Mandy will hopefully be bringing in more money, the couple is more likely to move out of the McAllister family home in Season 2 of the spinoff. Georgie now runs Jim's old store, so it would be awkward for him to live with his father-in-law while running the tire store that Jim owned until only a few weeks earlier. Furthermore, Mandy is now back on TV, meaning she and Georgie could benefit from some space of their own. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's CeeCee also ought to be entering the terrible twos by now, meaning it will be harder for the couple to raise a toddler in a busy family home than it was to look after a comparatively immobile infant. Unless Jim and Audrey intend to thoroughly baby-proof their home and plan to look after CeeCee while Mandy and Georgie are at work, it doesn't make sense for the young couple to continue living with Georgie's in-laws. As such, Georgie and Mandy need to finally find a place of their own in Season 2. This was something they first attempted back in Season 1's pilot episode, so it doesn't come as a shock that the couple needs to revisit their earlier attempts when the series returns. However, this does create a new issue for the series. Since the pilot, the McAllisters have become pivotal characters in the show. First Marriage Season 2 still needs the McAllister family. Season 1 of the spin-off set them up as the show's stars. When Mandy and Georgie last tried to find a home of their own, viewers barely knew Mandy's family. Outside briefly appearing in 1 or 2 episodes of Young Sheldon, the McAllisters were minor characters with few defining traits. However, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 1 changed that. From Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's breakout star Connor to Audrey's rivalry with Mary as CeeCee's preferred grandmother, the McAllisters are now all main characters in the spinoff. Jim's heartwarming relationship with Georgie was a Season 1 highlight that helped Georgie get over the grief of losing his father suddenly. So the show can't just drop the family overnight. This is true of Audrey and Jim, but even more so of Connor, the spinoff's breakout star. Luckily, the show doesn't need to forget about the McAllister family even if Georgie and Mandy do move out. Georgie and Mandy's Season 2 move could give the Cooper and McAllister families more balanced screen time, ensuring that neither family receives more focus than the other. The best way to achieve this delicate balance would be for Connor to move in with the couple. Since Georgie is busy paying off a large loan from buying the tire store, Mandy and he could use help with their rent. Meanwhile, Connor's new girlfriend means he needs some more independence anyway, so the timing couldn't be better for everyone involved. How First Marriage can still incorporate the McAllisters even if Georgie and Mandy move out. Connor should move in with Mandy and Georgie in First Marriage Season 2. Season 1's breakout star should help the couple find a place of their own. As this way, Audrey and Jim could become recurring guest stars, like Meemaw, Mary, and Missy. This really is the level of role they should have had all along, since it was strange for Georgie and Mandy's show to spend as much time focused on her parents as on the titular couple. Meanwhile, Connor can be promoted to main character status, and Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's Connor/Georgie friendship can continue to flourish. As a quirky, well-meaning, but profoundly socially inept younger brother, Connor has perfectly filled in for Young Sheldon's title character while establishing a unique personality of his own. If Connor moves in with Georgie and Mandy when the pair move out of the McAllister house, this could also make Sheldon's eventual comeback all the more fraught with tension. Georgie and his little brother didn't see eye to eye as adults when Georgie's older self was first introduced in The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, the sibling realignment. The easiest way to justify this on Sheldon's side would be for Sheldon to appear in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2, visit Georgie, and be annoyed to see Georgie getting along better with his brother-in-law. This could simultaneously make Sheldon sympathetic while also setting up Georgie and Sheldon's future reconciliation from The Big Bang Theory. As such, it is clear that Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 needs to get its eponymous couple out of the McAllister house and into a home of their own. That said, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's heroes must bring one supporting star with them in the second outing of Young Sheldon's spinoff. Thanks for watching.